All right. Hello, my friends. Thank you for watching our video today. We're going to be doing something a little bit different, okay? Usually I focus on one car and go into depth and I have to edit the video, etc. Well, I've been really busy at work. My paycheck, not my passion, cars are my passion, my paycheck revolves around COVID. So you can imagine with Omicron, been really busy. So I decided that with this week's video, I was simply going to, and I'm probably making everybody dizzy, I'm just going to walk around and share a little bit of tidbit about each of the cars. That way, I don't have to edit. It's just going to be a continuous loop. And, oh, I had a timer set. There we go. All right, so first, let's go with this beautiful MGA. This was MG Car's first real dip into being actually aerodynamic, okay? Because when you think about it, there were the T series and those beautiful, not aerodynamic. This was actually a gift from one of our customers to my dad. We have a mechanic shop that's been in business for over 40 years and he's pretty beloved. Now, right behind, we have this, this is a 1985 AC Cobra Mark IV. This is a continuation Cobra. It's pretty radical. Now, the guy behind these continuation, the Mark IV, I'm gonna rest my little hand delicately on the Ferrari 308 GT4 so that my hand doesn't get tired, because it will. All right, now, Brian Anglis, Sagat was creating such quality continuation vehicles. He got the AC name from the family, right? Let me just fix that right there because it's going to bug me for the rest of the video. Now, he severely ticked off Carroll Shelby with these continuation cars, all right? They were top-notch, done with the same jigs and dies as the original Cobras, and with a lot of the same employees. This came out of Brooklands, and I got a follower on Instagram that sent me the actual sales order information for this specific one, which is pretty rad. My dad was the first titled owner of this, and we've had it in the family ever since. Thank freaking God. All right, and we have a beautiful Lincoln Continental. I don't remember the exact year. That's okay. This is breathtaking. I need to make a video on it. I've already made a ton of Lincoln videos because I have a crush on Henry Leland. All right, Henry Leland founded Lincoln after he had already created Cadillac, and both of them he ended up leaving, thus resulting in one man creating two of America's most competitive luxury vehicle lines. It's awesome. It's also him creating Cadillac is the reason that Henry Ford hated him. So this is the 1966 Apollo 5000 GT, all right? Right behind it is a 1963 Apollo 3500 GT. Now, the Apollo, this is going to be good, all right? I've already made a whole video on the history of the Apollo. The Apollo was ideally the 1960s American solution to all of the imported sports cars of the day, all right? And it really was a solution. And I actually have one of the head of marketing and sales, George Finley, who's a mentor and close friend. He was on, and owner of these cars. He was on my radio show. We had 4 parts, History of the Apollo. Super duper fascinating. Check it out. I dedicated a whole new YouTube to the radio show because apparently my buddy Mike Ears told me that's what I should be doing, so I did it. Now, I'm wearing a very fuzzy sweater so I can very comfortably rest my arm and not get any fingerprints on any cars. Way to go, me. Okay. Let's talk about the Apollo a little bit. Like I said, this was supposed to be the American solution to all the foreign imports of the day. Now think about it. We had Jaguars, we had the MGs, all right? We had Austin Healey's, we had, you name it coming in. And do you think it was very easy to find a mechanic that could work on them? No, not at all. The beauty of the Apollo, the body was done in Italy by Intermeccanica, Turin, Italy, okay? Where beauty comes from, literally, okay, in the automotive world. Now, body, Italian body, what kind of mind? A Buick V8, okay? So that meant you could literally take your breathtaking Apollo, handmade Apollo, into your local Buick dealership. Genius. Now, only this was done by International Motor Car Company, International Motor Cars, all right? Like 82, 88, I don't remember quite, 82, 88, whatever, numbers ever produced, half of that in existence. About in 2013, we had the 50th anniversary of the Apollo, and we tucked these two and then the #1 prototype Spider in 3 other cars that are just, for fun. But 3 Apollos we took to not Pebble Beach, but, okay. We took to Monterey Car Week because Concorso Italiano was featuring the Apollo as one of the marks. And it was pretty rad. It was epic. It was epic. This is a reasonably new addition to the museum in here, okay? This is a 4-door Avanti. I know. And then we have an Avanti R2 over there. And, so badass. I mean, nobody really ends up, I'm sure not many folks are looking at the Avantis and being like, oh, yeah. But the Avantis were one of Studebaker's last chance to adapt and survive, okay? It didn't work. There was a variety of different reasons, but they were super duper innovative, okay? And what was the term? It was like America's first, there's too much in this little jibber jabber brain. But the Avanti, super duper innovative, and was one of the designs by the myth, the legend, Raymond Loewy, literally the father of industrial design. And the Alfa Romeo 164. This was the black lung. The Alfa, and then the Maserati Quattroporte. When I was 16 and I was already kicked out of high school because I was a bad kid, and making money detailing, the Alfa and the Maserati were like, oh my God, the interiors of them. This to me was the height of luxury and sophistication. I would like to think that I played a very pivotal role in the Maserati's leather still being so supple. Look at that. Looky. Okay, my hands. One hand's getting tired. Let's see if I can do this and still. All right, not bad. Not bad. Oh, so I need to make a drive video. This, I think they got this Saturn for a good. There's no more Saturns too, by the way. There's no more Saturns being produced, is what I mean. Talking so hard. So this will be a fun drive video. I forgot all about it being in here. Look at this. So we have kind of bookends of, not quite bookends, but kind of bookends of Raymond Loewy's designs here. We have this Studebaker Skyhawk. Really good names. And then we have both of the Avantis. All right. Now, I actually covered Raymond Loewy in an entire radio show. He's fascinating. So this is beautiful. And then here we have a Willis Jeepster. I always love these this triangular grille is fabulous. A neighbor that had just moved in on my street bought himself an old Willis, and I was like, hey, where'd you get that Willis? Pretty nice. Now I'm rambling. Anyways, back to what I'm trying to talk about. The Willis Jeepster, this is I think this one's 1951. Or maybe we had a red one that was 1951 and this is a different one. Either way, we've had 2 in and out of here. But the thing with the Jeepster, where Willis was going with this Jeepster, okay, it was trying to shed a little bit of its utilitarian image, okay? So you had a couple of frills, you had a little bit more of a well-designed, more, and I mean, this isn't even more appointed, but this is not really well appointed anyways. And then such luxuries as this little step-up area. It was them trying to become a little bit more of a passenger vehicle as opposed to just the utilitarian Jeep that we all know and love. Now behind me is a Cadillac. I'm gonna rest my hand. Does it mean I need more cardio if I'm already getting out of breath talking? But I have been talking for a while. Anyways, Now this 1940 Cadillac, do you see where I was going with it already? It's a LaSalle, which basically means it's a Cadillac without the name. And that's what General Motors was trying to accomplish. They were like, you know what, let's try and let's corner this little segment of a market. And it didn't work because everybody just knew it was a Cadillac in LaSalle's clothing. And so then people stopped buying Cadillacs, if I remember that right. But basically when you see a LaSalle, it's a Cadillac. Now, what, ooh. Do we have literally two of the same Lincoln? These boys. One of them snuck in, and I think it was that one. So this Lincoln's new. I think this is the one we've had, or I don't know. These guys. Maybe this one's the one we've had. Guys these days. So I made a really fun video on this Cadillac Seville. Went through the whole history. I'm talking talked about Henry Leland, talked about, the birth of the Seville and everything. It's somewhere on my YouTube. You can just Google Bad Boy on YouTube. But it's funny because this is one of the best videos. This is one of the videos that's gotten the most traction. And I think it's because I'm wearing a shiny shirt. That's weird. But so behind me, we have a 1949 Ford F1. Now this was, for Ford, this was their first all-new car post-World War II. And it was kind of a big deal, all right? And you can't really look at these first generation F1 and not put a little smile on your face. Yeah. Now, let's see. We have the Ferrari 308 GT4. And I'm going to rest my little hand on something. This is what I'm resting my hand on. That is kind of epic. Also, we match too. This motorcycle's not quite, this chopper is not quite what I would say fits in with the rest, but eclectic bunch around here. Now, the Ferrari 308 GT4, this caused a lot of ruffles, all right? Well, and also, my mind's getting ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about the Dino mark, etc., but let's start where I was going, okay? Now, this was the first Ferrari that was designed by someone other than Pininfarina, all right? This was designed by Bertone, and that caused a lot of ruffled feathers, all right? Now, the genesis, we're going to go way back. Now, the genesis of this is powered by a V8, right? Enzo Ferrari had zero desire for any Ferraris to be powered by just like anything other than a V12, V10, you know what I mean? But, who had more foresight? And that was his son, who unfortunately passed away due to a genetic disease, Alfredo Dino Ferrari. Now, Dino saw the future in smaller engines, and he was the one that began working on smaller engines. And quite before he got all of his work done, he passed away. But he would be the namesake for the Dino, the Ferrari's Dino mark. That was, 1957 to 1976? It had a 20-year lifespan. And at the end of the Dino mark, you would see this kind of confusion between there being a Ferrari and a Dino badge on them. Now, why the Dino mark one of the reasons the Dino mark didn't quite survive is that you had these folks that were going out and purchasing a Ferrari with a Dino name on it, and they were worried about future resale value. Little did they know, everybody loves a Dino. You know what I need to do is make a history of the Mercury video, because I haven't, and boy do I love a Mercury grill. I do so much. All right, guys, let's talk about this bad boy. This is a 1921 Dodge Brothers. All right. I have a whole video on this one. I need to make a new one because when I made this video, I sucked at videography. I still do suck, but a little less so today. All right. Now, the Dodge Brothers, why I love it? Well, first of all, I love the Dodge Brothers. Those guys were so instrumental in the early American automotive scene. All right. They were great engineers and great mechanics. All right. They started first off as being basically wholesale auto parts suppliers for varying American automotive manufacturers. Okay. Then they got involved with Ford. At one point, they owned an absurd percentage of Ford Motor Company, which is especially funny because Henry Ford hated, me going that deep in the hate, made a little cough come up. Henry Ford hated the Dodge brothers, all right? They didn't care. Now, the Dodge brothers were so well known for just quality, reliable automotives that what year is it? Anyways, doesn't matter. When we had the American government went on our Mexico expedition, that's really actually known as the Pancho Villa expedition, MacArthur requested that only Dodge Brothers vehicles be sent on this expedition because it was the only vehicle that could reliably handle the tough Mexican terrain. That's pretty cool. Did they catch Pancho Villa during this expedition? No. Did they have a lot of, I don't know if I can say badass on YouTube. Did they have a rad time? Yes. This car is pretty special. Bad lighting in there. Pretty darn special. Now, one of my favorite facts about the Dodge brothers is they were constantly getting in trouble. John and Horace Dodge were constantly getting in trouble in Detroit, all right? They had a lot of money, so the upper class wanted to let them in. They wanted to accept them, but they just couldn't stop making trouble. And was it John or Horace? John or Horace. One of them jumped a lawyer outside of a saloon with him and two of his friends, beat him up in Detroit, and got booted right out of the upper society. So that's fun. Fun. All right, guys, tell me, of all this, what cars should I go? Did I miss anything? What should I go more in depth on? Which of these cars is your favorite? Which should I make a drive video in? Ooh, always fun. What do you want a history video on? There's a lot to choose from, so. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this very informal video. If you like this kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, well, shocked you watched till the end here. Bye.